Hey, what's up, everyone? Long time. So the beard is gone, and so's the shirt, yet again. Um, actually wasn't gonna make a video, but something happened this week that I thought was worth sharing, and I hope that you will all out there see the logic and the powerful message in this. It's not something that happened just to me. I'm sure it happens to you guys all the time. And I always believe that nature has all the answers that we have looking for. Everything, all the questions that we have are always answered in things that happen around us. And this is a really good one. So, about a week and a half ago, 10 days ago, in this room right here on the floor, I found a little, what looked like a diamond. Okay? So I found it, picked it up, and then I'm like, it's probably fake. Anyway, I went online, researched a lot, and there's like a few tests you can do to find out if something's a real diamond or not. So I said, hey, might as well find out. First of all, I contacted the landlord here. I emailed a few people that had been here, and it didn't belong to anyone. No one had lost anything. So I thought, okay, cool. So let me find out if this is a real diamond. I did a few tests on it that you can do at home to figure out if something's a real diamond or not. And all the tests that I did on this thing indicated that it's a real diamond. So I was like, whoa, awesome. Found a diamond, in my room. How cool is that? So I put it in a little kind of ceramic bowl that I have. Actually, here it is. This little bowl. And by the way, in Thailand, you can buy things like this. They're really, look, they look nice. Just kill a mosquito. Sweet. Um, that thing was going to be biting me all night long. I've been hunting it down, so finally got it. Cool. So yeah, so these bowls are so cheap here, and they look cool. Got a little design. Anyway, so I put this little diamond in this little bowl, and maybe some of you can already figure out where this story is going. But I forget about it, right? I forget that it was there. And the bowl's like just lying there. And one night I come home and I have like all this food that I've got. And in Thailand they have these little, like I guess it's like a little side thing where they chop chili and they put it in this. I guess it's like fish sauce or something, and they chop garlic. I really love it. I like putting a little bit of it on my rice and my food. Anyway, so I decided that rather than eating it out of the plastic container that they give me at the restaurant, I'm going to put it in this beautiful bowl and enjoy my dinner with nice things. So I put it in the bowl without forgetting that the diamond was in there, and anyway, so I lost the diamond, right? Because after I finished with that little bowl, I poured it all in the garbage can, the trash can, which makes me wonder, there must be a lot of interesting things that get lost in the trash. So, anyway, so this little story brings into mind something that a lot of my clients are dealing with, a lot of people are dealing with, which is loss, losing something. Now, the funny thing is, before I even knew of this diamond, I was fine. I was happy, right? Everything was great. Then this diamond comes in, and my life is suddenly like, whoa, enhanced. Like, whoa, I've got a diamond. It can mean, I mean, just all the stuff that comes with that. from literally, hey, I could maybe sell it and get some money, or, I could use it or give it as a gift to someone, or, I could, or, it makes you feel lucky, it makes you feel special. There's so many things associated with it. So I went from normal, where I was happy with normal, I went into like, whoa land, yeah? Awesome land. Then how do you think I feel now that I've lost the diamond? Do you think I've gone back to normal land? No. I feel worse than where I was before I even knew about the diamond. I feel worse. I feel like, you know, all those feelings that I had, basically the opposite feelings happen. Okay, so if you have normal, then you have, oh, I feel special, or, this is awesome, blah, blah. When you lose this, you go into the opposite. All right? This is why there are so many spiritual people out there who they try to, they don't, they don't go too crazy with their pleasure spikes. They try to stay around here. I'm not a believer that you have to live your life that way, because I think that you just can't live your life that way. And in fact, I did a 10-day meditation, silent meditation. It's called Vin, what is it? Vipassana meditation. I can never pronounce that word. But I have my own beliefs on meditating extremely, which a lot of people do. They dedicate their life to meditating, to like, yoga or whatever, or just like this stillness way of life. And I don't think that's like, I think doing that extremely is not healthy either, because, you're making yourself so sensitive and so pure that even like a little bit of noise into your life will be really powerful, really strong. Another example of this is, I was on a super clean diet for maybe 4 years, and it was like super clean, like everything. I didn't even have a cheat day. I was like every day just super clean food. And as soon as I went traveling and I started, I didn't have access to all that super clean food, how do you think my body responded? Because I had been treating my body like it's like so special and giving it only the best. Well, what happens when not the best comes into my body? Well, I naturally felt sick, easier and quicker than if I had been eating, more of a balanced diet in terms of my environment, what my environment provides. And that's what we're here for. Our bodies are not geared to eat, perfectly in tune with what our body needs. Our body needs a balance between what our body needs and what's available in our environment, because we're built to evolve and adapt. If someday, overnight, there's like some sort of nuclear Holocaust war, which I don't think is going to happen, but if it did, and all food was gone and the only thing we could eat was garbage, okay, yeah, maybe 60% of humans wouldn't be able to survive on that and would die, but there would be like 30% or 20% of humans that would be able to adapt and survive off eating that. And then the future generations would adapt and evolve to eating garbage, okay? So my point is that, even meditating all day long or treating yourself with the best only is a form of extremism, in my opinion. Okay, a slight detour from what we were talking about, but it's related. Okay, because when you're in normal land, there's going to be pleasure spikes. I didn't plan to find this diamond. Just like many people didn't plan to fall in love with someone. Or many people didn't plan to get an amazing promotion at work and then maybe lose their job a year later. Or, so we can't plan everything. But what we can do is be aware of what's going on within us and learn to not be so attached. It's okay to have some attachment to things, but it's as important, if not more important, to continuously be aware and train ourselves to let go and remember that when one door closes, another door opens. And another door can't open until one door closes. That's the underappreciated, undervalued, underappreciated value of the end of things, which humans hate. We hate the end of things. We hate anything to do with death, the end of entertainment, the end of a relationship, the end of anything. We love the beginning. We love the start of things. But somewhere along the way, we've forgotten that in order for something to start, something else needs to end. So, yes, it hurts. Yes, I'm suffering because I've lost my beautiful diamond. But guess what can make my suffering worse? And this is, I guess, the core of what this video is about. Is if I think about the diamond, then my suffering will just be prolonged. If I think about the diamond, I'm just going to feel sad. Every time I think about the diamond, I'm going to feel sad. And not only am I going to feel sad, but I'm going to exercise those thoughts. So those neural pathways in my mind will get strengthened, and it will become more of a habit for me to think of the diamond. Okay, so when I lose the diamond, like now is the best time for me to change my focus and get on with my life. And just allow that it's happened. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it sucks. But if I'm going to dwell on that, then it's going to suck and it's going to hurt for longer. So I just need to move on and realize that, okay, something awesome came into my life. And yes, it didn't last. Nothing lasts. But there's a lesson to be learned. We're all on this earth to learn and to evolve. We're not on this earth to find something awesome and just hold on to it until we die. That's not what life is about. All right, whether that's a person or a job or a house. No, we're kind of like on this awesome ride, kind of like like at a water park. Imagine if you're just stuck on one part of the water slide. That's going to be boring. The whole journey is going to be fun. And guess what? It's going to end. And when it ends, you get to jump out of the water and go find another ride. Okay? So, anyone watching this, first step is to become aware of this. Second step is then to put into practice, ways to not get stuck and suffer. And that's, like I said, don't entertain these things too much. Move on. Refocus on other goals. Like, I'm not going to be thinking about this diamond all day long. I'm going to move on, okay? I'm going to think of other things that are going to help distract me, in a healthy way, okay? So, the story of the diamond is the story of meeting someone that we fall in love with and then we have a breakup with. The story of the diamond is the story of the opposite, which something else happened to me 2 weeks ago, which is more private, but it was bad news that happened. I was in normal land, and I had some bad news. And I felt really terrible. I felt like crap. It was really horrible, and you can't avoid those feelings. They're natural. They're going to come, but we can observe them and be aware and be like, okay, I can see what's happening. It's okay. But then guess what? The bad news went away. And do you think I went back up to normal? No. I went up to here. It was amazing. I felt incredible. And I felt more incredible after the bad news went away than I did before I heard about the bad news. So go figure that one out, everyone, and give that one some thought, and use it. Use these lessons in life. These lessons are coming to help us, to guide us. And we can take control of these things. For example, I talk about in my previous videos that, instead of waiting for bad news to happen, you can go down into this world by like working hard, being disciplined, doing things that you maybe don't really want to do. And when you do them, then you feel incredible. Like if you go to the gym, you work out, or if you do journaling, or if you do some work, or you do something that's disciplined. Okay, and one last tip that I want to give to everyone, or if you do the opposite, you'll realize. So this wisdom, these lessons that life gives us, help us to be aware that, hey, don't do like too much unnecessary, awesome stuff, because there's always going to be the down. And kind of enjoy the, kind of around this area. Okay, so I hope this video serves as a good reminder, and I just want to finish it off with a final tip, which is that something that can make anyone out there going through any sort of suffering, breakup, loss, whatever, make you feel better is set some tiny little goals and then accomplish them. Whether it's like, I'm going to sit down and do 5 minutes of meditation or yoga, or I'm going to sit down and do 2 minutes of journaling, or whatever it is. I'm going to go to the gym for 30 minutes. Look at this mosquito bite. See? All right. Set little goals and then accomplish them. Do it. It's worth it. You're going to feel so great. You're going to feel like, yes, I'm in control. Yes, I'm strong. Yes, it's going to give you confidence, and it's going to make you feel better. All right. So hope this video helps in some way, and look forward to talking to you guys more. All right. Adios for now. Bye.